there seems an even greater sense of excitement and anticipation as it is the home debut of this man, Erling Haaland. His sensational two-goal lead bow at West Ham has offered an insight into just what the Blues can expect from this modern-day superstar. And it is Bournemouth in the red and black stripes who get things underway. It means that Mahrez and Foden and Haaland are coming forward. De Bruyne hits a low ball in. Foden will score. No good save. Brilliant save. It was actually a shot, I think, from De Bruyne. He got blocked on its way through, just span into the path of Foden, suddenly opened up. I thought Foden was going to score. To be fair to the goalkeeper, Travers has got it away.
Well, it's brilliant by De Bruyne because he cuts in on his right-hand foot. He has a shot. Because it's dry, it doesn't go off the ground, so it drags. Foden does well to control it and shoot. The keeper's done well to come and smother it.
Well, they've gone outside the final third now, but they're still inside the Bournemouth half. Haaland on the turn. On it goes. Gundogan's through. 1-0 City. Absolutely brilliant. It was only a matter of time, and it took a run, one of those blindside runs from Gundogan. Don't underestimate the part that Haaland played in that. He has the assist, and City have the opening goal. And the only surprise is that it's not Haaland that scored it, and it's not Haaland who's gone on target, but it was he who contributed to Gundogan, and it's 1-0.
Again, this is we're talking about an understanding. When you play with a player, he knows he's got a player that can be a target man, who can run in behind. He rolls that around the corner. He gets the return pass. Well, and Gundogan doesn't disappoint. He gets through with his left foot and just pushes it into the far corner. Composure, brilliant goal by Gundogan.
Superb goal. Classic Gundogan, really. He makes those runs. Players try to track him, they try to keep with him. Lerma gets there in front of him. City win it back though with Rodri, and on to Foden, and outside to De Bruyne. Now then City with the counter-attack. De Bruyne keeps on going. Still De Bruyne! 2-0! Outside of the boot from Kevin De Bruyne. It was another wonderful moment to savour, and the way he put it into the net, it was just like shelling peas. He just tapped it in, and City lead by 2-0.
As I see him dribbling, he's driving at the defence. Rodri does well. He picks up the ball. Foden picks it up. He rolls it all wide. De Bruyne receives it. He comes inside. Once he puts it on it's like between his left and his right. He doesn't really have an option pass. But then he thinks, I'll just pass it in the goal then. And he just brilliantly passes this ball into the far corner. I mean, this guy he just amuses me. He's absolutely unbelievable sometimes in what he does and how he's able to do what he does. An absolute brilliant goal by De Bruyne.
Actually, there's a chance here for Bournemouth, but it's headed away by Ake. It just broke kindly, and Christie it was who tried to get the cross in, and Ake was there with a clearing header. City are getting into the final third. De Bruyne still with the chance to release Foden. 3-0. De Bruyne with a through ball. Foden with the finish. It hit, I think, maybe 2 Bournemouth defenders on the way in, but it has gone in. It will be Foden's goal. De Bruyne will have another assist, and City lead by 3-0, and Bournemouth are punished for having the audacity to try and attack City in the left-wing position.
Well, they did. It seems as though they were going on the left-hand side. City's one possession. Mahrez does the superb, switches it out to KDB. Well, KDB comes in, and I'm thinking, if you let him on his right foot, it's trouble. And it is trouble because he finds this beautiful pass. Foden knows to make this run on the blind side. He just slides him in. It's a nutmeg as well. And this is what Foden does. Foden affects games. He's either assisting opportunities or he's getting himself on his score sheet. This is, kids, if you're listening, this is the quality. If you're an offensive player, if you watch you watch any of City players, to be quite frank with you, but as a forward player, he really impacts games. Brilliant run, gets on the end of it, and tucks it home.
He's up against Stacey. A couple of step overs, moves in field, keeps on going, plays it to Gundogan. Gundogan but on the edge of the D, just beyond the post. Lovely effort from Gundogan. It was beyond Travers, but it was also beyond his post. Stays at 3. And the ball has just been swept out because Grealish has gone down in a heap. And didn't quite see what happened. Did he get a kick as he went through for that run?
I think it's some contact in and around his shin. So we just see it here. It's a ball in by Mahrez. Oh, I think he's hyperextended his knee or his leg. Sometimes when you're running, your leg just jaws straight and it goes back as opposed to it normally bending forward.
As De Bruyne has got it on the edge of the area, he plays it into the gap for Grealish. Grealish lays it in low and Haaland hits it. That's the first chance that he's had in the match, and he just popped it wide of the post. He looks at the heavens. It wasn't an easy chance, but for him, all he wants to do is score goals.
Well, I think the play firstly by De Bruyne, who rolls it in. Grealish as well, pulls it back, and Haaland's run and movement. Again, the more he plays with the players, the more he gets an understanding. He makes the perfect run. I think the only thing he does wrong is he goes with too much power, which is why he doesn't actually connect cleanly with the ball. And if he goes with less power there, he probably actually scores. But brilliant reading of Grealish's ball.
Second half has not anywhere near lived up to the energy and entertainment of the first, but that does sometimes happen when a team is so far in front, especially on a baking hot day. City 3, Bournemouth 0. That was the score in the first half. That is the score in the second at the moment, with a quarter of an hour to go. City have made changes in this second period. Grealish and Alvarez, Bernardo Silva and John Stones have all come on. Those who've gone off: Foden, Ruben Diaz, Ilkay Gundogan and Erling Haaland. City have it with De Bruyne, and now Joao Cancelo in the left wing position. Joao Cancelo off to Grealish on the edge of the area, back to Joao Cancelo again. He holds it up inside the penalty area, gets beyond his man, lays it in low, and it's turned in. Was it an own goal? Was it Alvarez? Was it Bernardo Silva? What it is 4-0. I get the impression it might have been an own goal, but we'll see for sure. What I can tell you is it's 4-0.
Such is the confidence of Joao Cancelo. I mean, he's beat the player. The player's run off the pitch. He elects to wait for the player to come back to sort of. He says, "Well, no, I'll cross it. I'll let you recover, beat you again." But the ball from Grealish, the scoop over from Grealish is absolutely brilliant, because it puts Joao Cancelo in, who beats the player and flashes it across. I think it's Bernardo Silva. Julian Alves is also around it, you know, so I think it's Bernardo Silva who gets the touch on that cross. And whether it may have been the defender, I'm not quite sure. That's looking at a low replay of it now, but Joao Cancelo beats the player.
I think it might be an own goal off Lerma. I think it might be an own goal, that, you know. And City are going to end the day top of the table. 2 wins from 2 games, 6 goals scored, none conceded, and everyone's pre-match predictions that this would be a one-sided affair have all come true.